Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Capricorn reading. The full moon of June 21st is the first of two, the second being on July 21st, and represents a kind of portal through which we can honor the sun's passage in Cancer, through Cancer, in our bodies by exploring feeling, allowing ourselves the stillness to feel our feelings, particularly from all the lessons and experiences we've had over Pluto's long transit in Capricorn, and the alignment, the feelings we're feeling in anticipation of the changes we want to make. This is a general reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, the information for that is in the description box below. I thank you all for being here with me. I appreciate the support of your presence and am deeply honored. So let's get started. Cancer, with your overall energy, the King of Wands. You've been showing up with this incredible confidence in the last several readings. This is you being in real alignment with the things that you deeply desire. And because this confidence is showing up so strongly with so much enthusiasm, so much passion, it indicates to me that you've had to work a long time to get clear, become unencumbered from others' expectations of you in order to allow yourself to fill the fire of your own goals, your own passions, your own authentic voice and experience. You are determined. You are an explorer. You are enjoying the motivation that you give to others who are inspired by your example. And your leadership is more of a kind of fiery encouragement because of the glamour that you bring to your activities, to your passion. In the 10th house of your social identity, the way others see you, the Six of Cups. And this is really about finding the thread of who you are, of your identity amongst a community of family, of formative relationships, experiences, and memories, opportunities that you enjoyed as a time when you could express yourself without judgments, without being judged, without having an agenda or a plan, but simply enjoying the experience of your own gifts in the pursuit of pleasure and communion with others. So this is really highlighting up the best time, the best memories of an experience that you may, frankly, have spent a lot of time distancing yourself from. And this was kind of a reminder of the chalice where you were have emerged from, and what was beautiful about those memories. So you're holding something dear of that time to you now. In the first house, the Four of Swords is describing this need to uh, really be grateful for having survived the many challenges that have been presented to you, the obstacles you've overcome, beyond a sense of gratitude for having survived that, but more deeply for having really coming to an understanding, exploring the lessons that you've learned from difficult experiences. And this feels again as though you're processing relationships, lost relationships, even betrayals, a sense of being victimized, of being excluded. You've really come to understand that there was, at least in terms of your own knowledge of self, much that was gained from overcoming those challenges, and forming a kind of gratitude that understands that despite the difficulties, there is a privilege that you have emerged with from that time. In the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your home, the Ace of Swords is describing this kind of liberation, this experience of your own truth, this pursuit of what sets you apart from others. And that feels as though it's fundamental to this sense of separation that you have overcome from others that you have been close to, family members, friends, co-workers, former relationships that didn't work out, but that you recognize are a blessing, or perhaps the bullets you've dodged. You are understanding your unique authority in the world, and your truth as being fundamental and informing all of your actions, particularly the way in which you feel safe, stable, and secure. In the seventh house of your significant others, we have the Four of Wands, and this is almost a recommitment. It's interesting that these two full moons fall generally. It really depends on your particular chart, but for Cancer rising, particularly, you are experiencing a recommitment to your own growth, to joining with others. It can be a particularly significant partner. It can be a business partner, but you're recommitted to the growth process, that every experience you engage in together is one in which you support the growth of one another as separate uh, individuals who have come together by agreement to reach a goal together. This is celebrating the growth of others in a variety of ways, but that your life honors that growth process. If this reading is resonating with you so far, please like this video. Please share it with others. Please comment if you feel so moved, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate the support, and I've pulled the Judgment card. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, and I dare say that this awareness has helped to guide you through a rather complicated family or team dynamic that you have worked hard to gain your own discrete authority in and amongst. And for many of you, you've actually separated yourself from. The flora and fauna of Africa, I pulled the red jungle fowl, and the key word is faith. Rise and shine, the past is behind you. Reflect on the lessons you've learned and embrace your bright future. The Four of Swords in the first house is clarified by the Eight of Earth in the second house and the Two of Earth in the third house. You have been working quite diligently. You have quite the well-seasoned process of work ethic, diligence to your task, consistency, showing up, really recognizing the things in yourself and in your environment that you can improve, and taking a lot of joy in the crafting of that improvement. Really loving working with your hands, loving making things, elevating the quality of everything you make or that you can make. This is a kind of devotion that I believe talks about this kind of self-love, self-attention to improvement, wanting to be as prepared as possible for any opportunities that come your way. The Two of Earth indicates that you are, in fact, juggling perhaps your past and your present opportunities. The sense of gratitude that you have gained from overcoming some really challenging obstacles has gifted you in a way that you have established your expertise, who you are, your passion, excuse me, and you are integrating that quite rapidly into the opportunities that are available in your current environment. So this can look like grasping at an opportunity to move into an unfamiliar arena, perhaps an unfamiliar environment, to exercise your skills in that way. This can mean learning new things rapidly, learning on the fly, learning as you go, and the sense of natural sense of not being prepared, not feeling ready, when in fact you have been working diligently to prepare yourself for this moment. So you're more than prepared. You're over prepared in many ways, but it is really the exhilaration of grasping a new opportunity that may be informing this sense of practicality, but anxiety about readiness, having to learn a lot of new things quickly. The Ace of Swords in your fourth house is clarified by the Patience card, which is the Temperance in this deck, and the King of Fire, the King of Wands. This is a repeat. I love that. So let's talk a little bit about this confidence. The Patience card indicates that you have been working long and hard for the balance and harmony that you're now experiencing more or less within. There's never, and there's no such thing as perfect. Although we refine, we adjust, and we recalibrate according to what we've learned and the opportunities available. That is a lifelong practice, and you have been practicing that, which can uh, qualify as a kind of patience in general. Really looking at what you have at the moment, working with what you have without lusting for what others have, what you see others doing. The King of Wands is the result of that process of self healing. The self healing includes a community. Everything you do to improve yourself, your environment, improves the lives or environments of others. And so this is where the sense of confidence and passion comes from. Your creative urges, your imaginative gifts are something that you now understand how to plug in into your everyday life. This is part of your routine. This is not something you need to go somewhere else or you need something else to execute. This is a real expression of who you are. Let me that. The Four of Wands in the seventh house is clarified by the Sun card in the eighth house, and the Three of Air in the ninth house. How interesting. The Three of Air is really about your deeper desire to understand the experience of loss, the regrets, the remorse, the sense of betrayal that you have endured, the sense of heartbreak, of offering your love to another or others who take it for granted, who worse discard it, do not reciprocate in kind. This is particularly harsh from loved ones. So, really understanding the pattern that has led you to choosing or sticking with those who you know do not reciprocate the same care or attention or devotion to your needs is something that you have come to an understanding that these have been gifts. These hard won uh, obstacles have been lessons and gifts for you that have helped you to become more of who you are. Because the sun, this desire and determination to pursue what makes you happy, what gives you joy, is what propels this willingness to keep probing at these wounds you've endured from loved ones in many cases. You are understanding that what you share with those that are most significant in your life is this desire to revel in your happiness, in your joy, in your gifts, in what you've learned in life. There's a lot of humor that I'm feeling here, the ability to laugh, to honor your child. Um, because it's not dependent on children in the world. This is about the child within you that is the source of your gifts, the source of your talent, really experiencing that in an abundant world. And in some ways, this makes you, for those that are not reciprocal, that have not, those relationships you're no longer choosing to honor, perhaps that have discarded you, you in many ways remind others of why we're here, the sacred nature of the work we do, the purpose of life on earth, to enjoy the incredible abundance. And that also creates this resistance in others that see you as so full and uh, at peace in an abundant world, when for many of those who have betrayed you feel as though they are ensconced in a world of envy, desire, grasping, competition. And those are things that you do not, and in many ways cannot, operate in. The Six of Cups in the 10th house is clarified by the Transformation card, which is the Death card in this deck, and the Ace of Air. So it's so interesting. The Ace of Air and the Ace of Swords are essentially the same card, and this is about your pursuit of your truth, your understanding of what is justice for you, fair treatment, equitable treatment. This is baseline for you. As it applies to you, it applies to others. And so it is difficult for you to engage in relationships where there is no self honesty, there's no reflection on the consequence of actions on you, on themselves, or on others. This is your mantra. Justice is just beneath your truth. So you are experience a revelation of who you are, your uniqueness, and why your thoughts, your story is important. And it's what fuels you. The transformation in the 11th house is the Death card. This is indicating that you have finally, there's some finality to the release of relationships that haven't served you. This is about a rebirth in many ways. This rebirth away from the expectations, the demands, the criticisms of others, and birthing yourself into a place of acceptance, of joy, of empowerment, of understanding that your pursuits, your desires reflect who you are, the best of who you are. And this can mark a dramatic ending of one way of life, one particular journey. It also marks the way in which loss has positively impacted you, freeing you up, liberating you to move on to something that is more reflective of who you are, what your needs are, your desires. I'm going to finish up this reading, Cancer, with a Yogic Path Oracle, and I have pulled Dharma. I will look that up and Dharma is your highest purpose. Congratulations! You're on the path to fulfilling your highest purpose. You've recently unraveled deeper insights into why you were put here on this planet and are ready to share your gifts in a bigger way. You've realized that the obstacles you faced were given to you for a reason and have provided you with the strength you needed to show up as your highest self. The universe is ready for you to rise up into your Dharma role to uplift the vibration of this entire planet. Continue to listen to the whispers of your soul. Thank you so much, Cancer. Until next time, namaste.